My obsession with sharks began as a fear that turned into fascination. As a child, dramatic Hollywood movies that portrayed sharks as bloodthirsty man-eaters left me wondering what lay below that I could not see. But as I grew up, I started watching documentaries that were more realistic about the behaviors of sharks rather than entertaining, and even had my own interactions with sharks. I realized that these creatures are largely misunderstood and incorrectly represented. To determine if experts have had similar experiences, I spoke with marine biologists at the world's largest aquarium and one of the top public universities in the US.
So sharks in the media is a complicated story. We have historically loved to hate them.
Hollywood depicts sharks as inherently dangerous, but this is disproved simply by facts.
There are more than 500 species of sharks. Of those, there are only 25 that have been shown to attack humans.
Dr. Dove informed me that recently a new species of lantern shark was discovered.
The smallest shark in the world, it would fit in the palm of your hand. And species like that really challenge our ideas about what a shark is. And we learn to let go of those things and embrace the true diversity of sharks. And that's a really good thing.
Sharks are a type of fish, and just like any other, they play a vital role in maintaining the balance of an ecosystem. They hunt weak individuals, which ensures that the animals that survive to reproduce are healthy. This improves the resilience of the whole population. They're even being used to control invasive species. The health of an ecosystem is often measured by its biodiversity, and sharks no doubt contribute to this.
In coral reef areas, when you take away the sharks, the groupers increase in number, and the groupers eat the parrotfish. And so then you have a reduction in parrotfish, which then allows the algae, which is the green stuff that overgrows the coral, often then suffocates the coral or blocks the light of the coral. So by fishing down the shark, you actually harm the coral reef. We can't drop down to one or two species of sharks and expect that one or two species to be able to deal with the big changes coming.
A lot can be done to save sharks just by what you eat or choose not to eat. It begins with the obvious. Don't eat sharks. But it doesn't end there.
You also don't want to eat seafood that in the process of catching the seafood there's been a lot of bycatch, because sharks are often killed by bycatch.
To make sure that your meal is sustainably sourced, you can go to seafoodwatch.org.
You can tell them what part of the country you're in and what fish you're interested in, and see if it's okay to eat that particular fish.
Another great way to support sharks is by interacting with them in the wild. By participating in shark tours, you are showing that they are more beneficial to the economy when they are alive rather than dead. There's no need to fear sharks, but they do need to be respected. These are wild animals and often apex predators that are more than capable of killing human beings. But this is not their objective. In fact, most shark attacks can be attributed to a case of mistaken identity. The last thing I asked is what would happen if all the sharks were to disappear.
The extinction of sharks for humanity would have direct ecological implications for us. The ocean is responsible for more than half of the oxygen we breathe and for feeding about 3 billion people every day. The majority of their protein comes from the ocean. But honestly, one of the most important impacts I think would be that it would be a less interesting, a less beautiful, a less exciting, a less fascinating ocean. That's not really the kind of planet I want to leave to my kids and grandkids. While there's local populations of sharks, there's really only one ocean, and sharks really belong to all of us.